Okay guys, so hi, I'm Taylor. I'm a part of the media team here, but before we start, because I'm going to be talking about the Second Amendment, but I'm waiting for a podium to put my laptop on. So while we're waiting, I'm going to open up to you guys and ask you guys what you guys know about the Second Amendment and how you guys feel about it. So for those who know just what you guys know about the Second Amendment or in general. Bailey. What else do you guys know? Or how do you guys feel about the Second Amendment? It's good? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you to those who did share. About the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is, okay, I'm going to put it right here. The Second Amendment is the right of the people to keep and bear arms as stated in the U.S. Constitution. But what it actually is stated is that in the Second Amendment, it says, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, to the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Bearing firearms, yes, is legal, but there's also some criticism that comes along with it to those who think that this is a good amendment, such as only old white men want to own firearms. Firearms are never used in self-defense, and legal firearm owners commit crimes. Legal firearms are used to commit a crime argument. Now, a most commonly asked question is, are there certain people who aren't allowed to bear and have firearms? Yes, there are certain people who aren't allowed to have firearms, such as people who is a convicted felon, anyone who has been court-ruled as mentally unfit, anyone who is a fugitive, illegal immigrants in the U.S., or those court-ruled to be addicted to a controlled substance, or those drug users. Meaning that all these people who are most likely going to commit crimes sooner or later are not permitted to use legal firearms, and it also is proven that in studies that most legal firearms are purchased legally for the use of protection and self-defense. Where'd it go? Federally licensed gun dealers must do a background check before giving ownership to anyone, therefore proving that not everyone will be legally able to bear a firearm. Firearms are never used for self-defense. People also do ask, why is it legal? Because isn't that the most way that crimes are committed? But it's not. So really, studies have shown that up to 9 to 10 firearms are illegally acquired when wanting to commit a crime. So whether or not it is legal or not, it will not stop crime. In 2021, a survey was formed which found the firearms that are used in self-defense approximately 1.67 million incidents each year. And now, only old white men want to own firearms. Not only old white men want to own firearms. Most individuals wanting to carry firearms are young women who want to be protected and use for self-defense. A Gallup poll found that female firearm ownerships have continued to grow while male firearm ownerships have only remained stagnant. Between January 2019 and April 2020 alone, 3.5 million women became firearm owners. Some of such being, an example being Jamie Gaetano, a young woman who was using a stun gun in order to protect herself from her abusive ex-boyfriend. And now that I think that I've talked enough about the Second Amendment, so we're going to hear from Isabel Brown Breaks Down. It's only a 1-minute video, so it's not that long.
Here's your daily freedom seat. Do Americans hate guns? Contrary to what you may see on social media, nope. Here's the truth. Responsible gun ownership and Second Amendment rights are woven into the very fabric of our American culture. Roughly 7 in 10 Americans have fired a gun at least once in their lifetime, and 2/3 of Americans have lived in a home with guns at least once. 3 in 10 Americans say they do own a gun, and an additional 36% say they would be comfortable owning one in the future. Gun ownership is a part of who we are as a country, and the Second Amendment is not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm Isabel Brown, and there's your ammo to win America's culture war. Americans love their guns, no matter what you may hear from the left. Don't forget to hit the heart button, share to educate others.
Okay, now that we've listened to that, there's a game called where is it? Ooh. There's a game called Target the Facts game. This game is oh, Bailey, your phone turned off. This game is it's basically two truths and a lie. So what it's going to be is on this next slide, there's going to be 3 targets, and on each target, it's going to have a phrase. 2 are going to be myths, and 1 is going to be a fact. What I want you guys to do is read and analyze all of them, and with a raise of hands, either one showing 1, 2, or 3, you pick which one you think is the fact. And then once everybody has their hand raised, then I'll ask at least like 3 to 5 people why they chose what they chose. So question 1. The male firearm ownership is the fastest growing. Most firearms used in crimes were purchased at gun shows, and firearms prevent around 6,489 crimes a day. With the raise of hands, either 1, 2, or 3, which one do you think is the fact? I'm seeing a lot of 3s. Okay. Sophie, I saw you picked 1. Why do you think number 1 is the fact? Okay. Who picked 2? No one? Yeah, who picked 3? Okay, so let's see. Male firearm ownerships have gone stagnant over recent years. That one is not the fact. Only around 3% of criminally used firearms traced by the AFT were obtained at gun shows. So that one's not the fact. The fact was firearms do prevent nearly 7,000 crimes per day, and a majority of the time the firearm does not need to be fired at all. Question 2. 90% of violent crimes are not committed with a firearm at all. A majority of businesses keep a firearm on the premises. And 20% of convicted criminals said that they are unlikely to commit a crime if they knew someone was harmed. I don't know why people are looking at me like I know the answer. I genuinely don't. I didn't go through this. I'm sorry. Yeah, guys, don't look at me. I don't know the answer. Raise your hand if you picked 1. Okay, why? Okay, who picked 2? Why did you pick 2?
I would hope that nowadays, to protect their businesses, I would have a firearm on my premises.
Okay, who picked 3? Okay, guys, there's not that many people here who will judge you. Okay, who picks 1? Who picks 2? Danny, why did you pick 2? Who picked 3? No one? Okay. Incorrect, you missed. According to Northeastern University study, 5 million Americans became first-time firearm owners between January 2019 and April 2021 alone. In District of Columbia v. Heller, the Supreme Court reaffirmed that the Second Amendment was an individual right, not just a collective one. And once again, number 3 was the fact. According to 2021 Gallup survey, 88% of firearm owners cited protection against crime as the reason for firearm ownership. This is the last question, but there are 10 questions, but we only have like 9 minutes left, so this is going to be the last question. So, question 5. 90% of prisoners who were caught with a firearm on them didn't get it from a retail source. Rifles are the most common firearm used in firearm deaths. And Maine has a high firearm death rate due to it not having any ban on assault firearms. Okay, who picks 1? I'm trying to like see if there's other people who pick 1. Do you pick 1? Okay, why do you pick 1? Okay. Who picked 2? Who picked 3? Bailey, why did you pick 3? Yeah, 3, Maine has a high firearm death rate due to it not having any ban.
I feel like if people are committing like crimes, obviously, and it's like legal crimes, like using a gun, I feel like they're gonna attain the gun legally anyways. So there's no point of banning guns if it's not gonna stop them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
The crimes are illegal
Oh.
anyways.
Oh, okay. The type of firearm most used in violent crimes and firearm deaths is a handgun. Popular misconceptions are that rifles are used most often. Maine has a firearm death rate of 9.9 people per 100,000, putting it ranked at. I know y'all. Someone had to have picked 3. Okay. The one that is a myth is 60% of convicted felons said that they would not attempt crimes when they knew the victim was armed. The other myth is while there is a rich history of small businesses owners protecting their business with firearms, they are still in minority percentage-wise. And the fact is, firearms are only used in 8 to 10% of violent crimes throughout the past 2 decades. So it was number 3 was the fact. Question 3. California firearm registration laws have had an impact on crime rates. No country's government has ever confiscated firearms, and people are 31 times more likely to die from accidents by automobile than firearm. Okay, who picks 1? Okay, why did you pick 1? I can't see you. Why did you pick 1?
I think it changed a lot of things over the past couple of years, so I thought I might
Okay, who picked 2? No one? Who picked 3? Is there anyone else other than the kid in the back that picked 3? Okay. Busby, why did you pick 3? Oh, sorry. Okay, who else picked 3 while Busby's chewing? Okay. Despite having multiple gun registration laws, California still has a violent crime rate over the national average. Some of the most repressive regimes in the world, like North Korea or even Venezuela in the 2010s, have confiscated firearms in their countries. And for those of you who picked 3, automobile accidents are far more common than firearm accidents. Question 4. First-time firearm purchases have gone down over recent years. 88% of surveyed firearm owners said that they owned one for protection. The Supreme Court has ruled that the Second Amendment is a collective right, not an individual right. 40th highest in the country, despite not having a ban on assault weapons of their firearm deaths. Only 7% are homicides. And the one that is the fact is a majority of prisoners who had firearms in their possession during time of arrest did not get their gun through a retail source. They were stolen or brought on the street. There are like 5 other questions, but we have 7 minutes left, and I want to like, if anybody has like questions to like ask like anybody, I want to open that up to you guys for like people who have questions. Or like if there's any like slides that interested you that you wanted to look at or talk more about or focus on. Yeah, any one of us can answer your questions. It doesn't just have to be me. But if we don't have any questions, we can end 7 minutes early. No questions? Okay, then that's, oh, Busby. Oh, you literally just raised your hand. What is your question? Or you want it to be over? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we're done. Thank you all for coming. And you guys have 6 minutes left.
One thing, everyone download Microsoft Teams because we're trying to plan like our outing for like a weekly bonfire night, and we kind of need to know what you guys want to do, what movies you guys want to do. So we're gonna send that through Teams, and that's also where we're gonna say like when our games are. I know we changed it up like from every other week to this week, so the games from Gabe, so just download Microsoft Teams. Like, that's where all the information is.
Also, keep your eye out for like extra posters because we did make more and there are extra posters hung around. And every new month there will be like a calendar poster, and it will have like all of our meeting dates. Like right now there's one and it has November, and it looks like it has the calendar, and then underneath it is like the American flag. So look for that because it has like all the dates and stuff.